Retirement fund is now expected to run out of money sooner than anticipated. According to a report from Social Security trustees, the benefits could run dry by the fourth quarter of 2032. That's a few months earlier than first expected. At that point, Social Security would only be able to pay 78% of scheduled retirement benefits. That's a cut that would lower monthly checks by hundreds of dollars for the average retiree.
All right, Shalom. Before I do anything, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do real well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad. And with that, this is Brother Samad coming at you with another lesson. Lord will, this is edifying. So, as you just saw, man, I was looking into it more and everything, and Social Security, basically on its way out. Not necessarily, of course, but they said something about 98% or no, 78% of the Social Security is gonna that's all they're gonna take or get. It's 78%, not 100% of the security, Social Security. So it really shows us, man, what times we're living in, man. These different things, and this is only just the beginning, man. The fact that Esau, Edom, and the things that he's doing, when it comes down to these taxes, we're paying the taxes and we're doing all this stuff, and there's nothing to benefit from, So it's like Jake can't even catch a break, man. I was just talking about this before the camera came on, how we really are living in hell, man. The fact that we can't even rest. We have to continue to work, Let me see something. Gone. This is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity." And ultimately we are, man. If you don't see it, hey, that's on you, man. The fact that you have a Social Security, the fact that you have a number attached to your name, attached to you. Everybody has a number. You have a Social Security. You have a number attached to you. You work in the job that you have. You have to bust your ass almost every single day. It's a normal thing for a person that have two jobs now, constantly working, and it's just wasting our time, just wasting the day, just working and just paying bills and to survive. It says again, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse." Because ultimately, this is all goes back to the curses, man. So here it is, Jake, in Deuteronomy 28, man, and on down, man. 28 and 15 on down, going into the curses. These curses really were put upon our people because we went off, man. And now these things is happening to us for a reason, But real quick before I keep going, I actually want to read Deuteronomy, because I even quoted this before I came on, and I was talking about it, man, how we can't even have any rest here, man. The scriptures say, let me get that too real quick, Salakia. That's a lot of things I'm thinking about. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your," what? "Your rest," man. Jake, man, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, y'all be wilding. 2/3, man. The fact that y'all are really trying to make a living here. You're trying to build something. You shouldn't even be focusing on families, kids, and everything like that, man. You know, you should be focusing on getting right with the Lord, man. Because this is only the beginning, right? This is only the beginning. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. Okay, it's already bad, but it's gonna get worse, man. When it comes to the food, you know, the famine, you know, a scarcity of the food and water, you know. So all you're gonna have, man, is yourself, man. Hey, but again, if you have the Lord, you know, the scriptures say, my servants shall eat, right? We believe in these things, man. We keep in the what is it? The keeping the word of the Lord's patience, right? He also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. We believe that, man. You know? This is that rest. Scriptures say that what? Come all ye that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. That's Yahweh Shai, man. That's us getting into that secret place. You know, Yahweh Shai supping with us, as it says in Revelation, you know, that he will sup with us, you know, knocking on the door to your mind. Okay? So here it is, a lot of 2/3 are gonna be going crazy, man. You know, because I'll tell you this, man, you can't mess with Jake's Social Security and everything, man. Going to those benefits and everything like that. Esau's little crumbs. Scriptures say, woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, man. So this kingdom, Jake is depending on it. With all their with everything, man. They don't want to stop and think like maybe you should just maybe you should stop doing what you're doing and stop trusting in this devil, man. But here it is, they continuously follow after Esau, Edom, and go after that American dream. Which I was just talking to someone about that, man. About the American dream. The American dream is called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it, you know? It's like, and you say, I mean, we hear, you know, all the time at work and everything. You say, hey, how you doing? To somebody, and they say, living the dream. Living the dream. What does that mean? You hear everybody say that now. I mean, they've been said that for years, but the point is they say living the dream, and then after that, that's what they tell me. The American dream. And that was a sarcastic type of thing. Because we're what? We can't choose not to work. We have to work. Because if we don't work, what happens? We don't eat. We don't eat. We don't get the things that we want to get. And even if we do work, we still don't get what we want. You know? Again, it's like 1 minute you gotta pay for the car, you gotta pay for the house and everything like that. So every month you get money just to pay off bills. You don't really get to what's the word for it? You don't get to enjoy yourself, have fun. You don't get to do that. Your time is wasted. And I'm even speaking for myself first and foremost, because I have no time. There's no time for anything anymore, you know. But that just shows as well that this time it's getting closer, man. That time that we need to start getting closer and closer to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and not get distracted, man. You know, not to get distracted. And I save myself first and foremost because you've seen a lot of things happening. And I can even say when it comes to me, you know, a lot of unusual things that are happening, you know, and a lot of distractions, you know, that's trying to distract you from what's important. That's this truth, man. Okay? So again, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And that's the point, man. It's going to destroy you. You shouldn't be following after Esau, Edom, in this world, man. You know? And honestly, believe it or not, that's the spirit too, man, because I was going to do a lesson, you know, and I guess this has to be the lesson as far as, you know, loving not the world, man. A friend of the world is an enemy to the Most High. Okay? We shouldn't be loving this world, man. We want this world to be destroyed, man. I was talking about this before the camera came on, man. You know, here I am at the plantation. You know, I'm doing my thing and everything. And I'm listening to brothers, you know, and it really had me thinking, man, like, you really have to be retarded to love this freaking place, man. You have to really be on some crazy trance to actually love this place, man. You know, you should want this place to be destroyed, man. So here it is. You know, it's insane, man. This place needs to be destroyed, man. Okay, and it's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, man. Okay. So when it comes down to it, when this place is destroyed, then that's when the real thing begins, man. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So let me go back real quick in Deuteronomy 28. So I didn't even read it, but I'm gonna read it now. It says, Deuteronomy 28 verse 65. It says, oh no, not 55, 65. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. And we see that now, man. We see that now. The fact that Jake constantly looking over the shoulder, man. You know, the scriptures say the ones that something, and I was gonna say this at camp the other day. You know, when it was the mixed camp and everything, it was the fact that Jake, man, Esau has not lifted the foot off of Jake's neck, man. That continual stroke, you know, Esau, Edom is not letting us rest at all, man. Constantly trying to do something with Drake, man. You know, like we're some type of lab experiment, man. You know, again, verse 65, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. Doesn't that sounds familiar? Doesn't that? Isn't that happening right now? You know, Jake ain't looking forward to anything, man. You look at Jake now, man. It's bad. You know. That's why the scriptures call this the valley of the shadow of death, man. You know? Has nothing to look forward to, man. You know? I was asked the question. Somebody asked me a question, man. They said, what do you look forward to? I said, there's nothing I really look forward to. Honestly, I said, I keep it real. I said, I'm looking forward to the kingdom. You know, that's what I'm looking forward to. And there's nothing I'm really looking forward to. And the person was like, looking at me like, what? You know? So here it is again. There's nothing to look forward to, man. What is there to look forward to? Everything that, like, I feel like I don't even have to try and do, go get up in this world, because I know what comes after that. I know what I have to do to get to there, and it's nothing I would want to do. You know, you have to, in order to get up in this world, you have to do so much bullshit, man. You know, it's not wise. And then at the same time, the scriptures say, what? A rich man shall not enter into the kingdom, or hardly into the kingdom of heaven. You know, we're not here to look to try to have fun, or to try to make something of ourselves here, man. Okay, because again, we are yet this day in our captivity. Okay, and let's go back to that. Baruch. This is Baruch chapter 8 and chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. And who was scattered? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why when you look at Jake, Ephraim, Ephraim looks, again, it's scriptures say Ephraim is a cake not turned. When it comes down to it, you got some of them that are dark, some of them brown, some of them white skinned. So different shades, man. We come in different shades. We come in different all walks of life. What does it say? James 1:1, to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, greetings. We were scattered, man. The Israelites were scattered. That's another indication that we are the Israelites, man. It says for a reproach and a curse. See that? It says and to be subject to payments. Come on, man. It says according to all the iniquities of our forefathers, which departed from the Lord our power. You are your forefather, man. Okay? Because the scriptures say that you can't bear the sins of your father or anything like that. You bear the sins of your own sins. So if that's the case, then what does that mean? That proves reincarnation, man. It says, "Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom." How happeneth it to Israel that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave? So again, yeah, we're with these heathen, man. We're waxing old. We're defiled, because again, we're all up in with these other nations, man. So we became defiled, So that being said, taking on the customs, there's nothing new, nothing new when it comes down to it. Because what happened to Jake back then? What's that? It's either in Romans or in Acts, where it says, see Paul going into Athens, Greece, and seeing that the city was wholly given to idolatry. Okay? He was stirred up, it said. It stirred him up in the spirit. So what more now, man? The fact that all hell's at a whole time high when it comes to, especially the fact that it's freaking today is June, so they have this Mo bull crap going on, the ones that play for the other side going on, you know what I mean? So that's going on. So it's like, this is the worst it's ever been. The worst it's ever been, man. So it was worse now than it is back then. And again, brothers from Great Millstone on down, they always get into it, how this is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And Sodom and Gomorrah had the worst thing ever, man. It's just a lot, man. But yeah, literally, this is definitely not a rest, man. This is not the somewhere we can actually just rest here and try to make something of ourselves here, man. So it's best to, again, get into this word. It'll behoove you to continuously pray, fast, and call on those names, man. Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Those are the names where we shall be saved by, man. The only names. Okay? No, it's good to say there's no other name given under heaven whereas we must be saved by. Roughly paraphrasing. So, yeah. This is it, man. It's only gonna get worse, man. The amount of things that's gonna be happening, it's only gonna get worse. You know? So the ones oh yeah, and that's what I was saying. As far as the friends of the Most High, I might make another video, another lesson on it. But the fact of Jake, majority of our people are just relying on Esau, Edom, and not doing certain in his crumbs and the things that he's providing when it comes to like the SNAP benefits and the EBTs and all this crap, man. The Section 8s and all this, man, everything. So that's Esau, Edom, man. You know, they're trusting in Esau, Edom, aka the so-called white man. So it shows, and it really does show who's ruling right now. Okay, it's evident in understanding that what Esau, Edom, aka the so-called white man, is ruling right now. The earth is given into the hand of the what? The wicked. Job 9:24. So, these things are happening, and it's happening for a reason. Okay. So you 2/3, man. The ones that go down to Egypt for help, the ones that trust in Esau, Edom's government, and again, making you weak, man. But then he's gonna strip that away, you know, soon enough. But that's the point. So with that, I pray that you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. And with that I say, Shalom.